운두시 지자 가강. Isn't it Chinese?
It's Taiwanese.
It's Taiwanese.
It's like Taiwanese. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.各位同学，欢迎来到滑雪尾荷兰，大礼拜五暗时7点。
운두시 리장 가강.
Yeah! Oh, that was pretty good. One take. 温尊喜你家开杠。
운두시 리장 가강.
Very nice.
Okay, thank you.
This is my honor to present today's super special guest. And you can guess that we're actually in Japan right now in the newly purchased golf course in the future Disneyland, Dreamland, Neverland of snowboarding. And this is Yasuhiro Sato-san.
嗨，你好，こんにちは，どうも，hello。哎，Thank you for inviting me.
中文可以吗？中文 Chinese okay?
Chinese?
Yeah.
Of course no. I just only swear words coming out from my mouth. You gotta be careful.
And it's good snowboarding technique words too. I
Oh,
like
okay.
it. Yeah. It's very good. Anyway, so
Hi.
yeah, if you have followed, Snow Sensei and Quest and Sato-san, you would know that we know each other for many years. But a lot of people are just watching this maybe for the first time.
Yeah.
They're just getting to know me or getting to know you.
Hi.
So we'll do a little bit of history first, okay?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we met?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
One day, maybe in the fall, Obviously Quest,
Obviously
you
Quest.
were training at Quest, right? And I see some guy from somewhere outside of Japan. But as soon as you came to wrestle, you started talking in English. So and then I was like, ooh, isn't it? Who is it from? And yeah. Who is it? And then where is he from? And I started talking to you.
Yeah. You did. At that time, there was not that many foreigners in Quest.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, only a few. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you told me that I was one of the few, maybe one of the first Taiwanese even.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. So that was really crazy because I was trying to find a more efficient and safer way to train. And it was during my time as an athlete, and I went to the US, I went to New Zealand, and I somehow stumbled on I saw this video online, and I was asking everywhere where this is. You know who told me where that was?
K from Korea.
K is
Yeah.
one, but
Yeah.
the first person who told me was Marcos.
From Brazil.
The
Marcos,
Brazilian Japanese.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, Marcos. It was Marcos.
Oh yeah, he
yeah.
still lives in Hakuba,
Talk
right?
about yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I remember.
It was actually him. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I came there, and then I was super lucky. My second day, you showed up. So, what was your impression of me? What was I doing?
Well, first of all, you were from Taiwan, right? And then you told me you want to make it to your World Cup, maybe participate Olympic Games in the future. Then I said, whoa, that's gonna be a really good story because you're from Taiwan, right?
Yeah.
Such a tropical place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And but you also told me you lived in Chile. So I really thought that you had a big chance because you have a really good basic skills, and then also you were really talkative.
Yes, still to today.
That's why we're doing this,
Yes,
right?
yeah. That's right.
You love talking.
Yes, I was born to do this. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, really, it was really pleasure, to meet you, 10 years ago, maybe.
Yeah. It was about
Then,
10 years ago. Yeah.
I started liking you, so I wanted to build a better relationship. So that maybe I started teaching you how to do a tricks a little bit, but at the same time I was taking you to back countries for filming, right? Yeah.
Best PAL days of my life.
Right?
Yeah.
Myoko.
Myoko. It was so good. It was so good.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, to be honest, there are obviously a lot more stories. You know, it's gonna be too long for this episode, but yeah, it's cool. Like,
Yeah.
so people know that we met each other a while back, and I would say like if people ask me who was my sensei, you know, even though my channel, my brand is called Snow Sensei, but Snow Sensei's sensei is right here. It's Yasin.
Well, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, and also like we became really good friends, and then we got to travel a bit together as well, explore some other aspects industry wise, you know, and then it was really cool for me to see because when we met, you were coaching, but you were writing as well. You were filming, you were doing everything. You were still a writer, and I kind of saw your progression from that into more coaching, less writing, even more coaching, you know, and even less filming or other people films, and then to full coaching mode.
Yeah.
While still running many business.
Right.
To eventually focusing on one, which is Quest.
Yeah.
And then coaching. Yeah. Of course, we have to come back to how did you start Quest and what was the reason behind it?
So, like, you know, I was a professional snowboarder in Japan. And then, like, I started, like, I didn't just want to ride for myself. Then, like, I started, like, opening my snowboard stores in Nagano. And then I started, like, our own brand, like, you know, snowboard brand, outerwear, like, goggles, and some, like, clothing, like, FC brand.
How many brands did you have the maximum time?
I don't remember. Like 5, 6, 7, maybe.
I think it was 7 because I think I did the calculation. I think it was 7.
Well, like I love like you know doing like our own brands to support like new writers, like help like younger generation. But like you know I wanted to have a place that are like we can train like you know whole season. And then also like I wanted to. Then that's the time when the like back jump like came.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
People like started like you know placing the like the front airbag like on snow.
Right.
And then like you know build kicker like in front, right? But like I found like one place and it's called like Kings, and then you know and then I started like going there, and then you know they were like you know back in those days I was like a pretty famous in Japan in like snowboarding scene. So like they were like totally like welcome like having us there, and then I told them that like you know I want to build like one in Nagano, and also one in Kanto, which is like Saitama, right? Then the reason why like I wanted to start is like you know since I was still a pro rider, like I wanted to learn like how to do like 1080s, like backside 1080, frontside 1080. Yeah. When I like started like snowboarding, like you know, like cap 5, front 5, back 7, maybe maximum. So that was the dream trick.
Yeah.
And then like I became a pro, and then like you know some guys started like doing like 1080s, but I was trying to do it, but I wasn't sure if I could do it or not. So you know, if you have like you know airbag systems, like you know you can easily like, try it, right? So that's the one of the reasons.
That's the one reason. Right?
Yeah, but like another reason is like you know I had a like snowboarding movie.
Yeah. FC,
right?
The most famous movies
in Japan. Yeah. And like we sold a lot, and then so many like fans like following like our like team. So which is like you know you have like a lot of like you know subscribers like, on your YouTube channel.
Right.
So but at the same time like you know so like we're like big influencer like you know in Japan. Then people like wanted to try the tricks like, on the jumps. Yeah. Okay, like we're like pro riders, so like we ride almost every day, right? But those like viewers, like fans, like you know, follow like what we're like doing. So they wanted to like do it like themselves on snow, and then like so many injuries.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So that wasn't my goal to like you know hurt like people in that way.
Right.
It's not my fault, but it's kind of like my fault.
Right.
So So yeah, that's the one of the reasons
Right.
why like I started like Quest, because like for the like fans, like followers, like they can just come up to my facility and then try the like tricks.
Right.
Then like then they can like see what's gonna happen to them, and then at the same time like they can have fun like trying like
Yeah.
180, 360s, like straight airs, like
Right.
720s, like like they're dream tricks.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, so that's why like I started it.
Right. I mean, in a sense, what I can, gather is that because you have such big influence over all these people, you feel also a responsibility.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, yeah, that is amazing because I remember when I first started training with you, even though we were doing morning sessions like this, but you would arrive even earlier and you started jumping earlier than everyone. I remember what you told me is that you were trying tricks the wrong way
Yeah.
to figure out how to fix all those people's problem.
Yeah.
But for me, it was amazing because once you already know the correct way, to go back to do it the wrong way means you're gonna fall. It's the scariest thing.
Very scary.
Very scary. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if not because if you felt some kind of mission, like for you it's a kind of a responsibility, I bet it's super hard for
Yeah.
that to happen. And I believe that's the foundation of how you can coach and train people so well. From I've seen you from just the normal customer level
Yeah.
to but Olympic champion. Yeah.
Yeah. The level is, it doesn't matter like to me, like when I give out like advice, like tips, like to customers, it doesn't matter like if like they're from like they're like champions or
Right.
just a regular people. Like they all like suffer like with their like bad habits.
Right.
So, yeah. So my job is like trying to like correct the bad habits
Yeah.
to like right way as soon as possible.
As soon as
Yeah.
possible.
So that way like they feel like more happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my job.
It's I've seen it. I've seen how like when you were training Obuse, everybody's in Obuse, and now the scene, some people are still in Obuse, obviously because closer distance, and now a lot of training moved here to Saitama. I've also seen Saitama's like version 1, version 2, now it's like version 3 or 4, and how it changed. And the one thing that doesn't change is the smile on the customer's face.
Oh really?
Like not just the smile, like you feel it, even when people are struggling through a trick,
Yeah.
but because this is still something that makes them happy. Like if any people that have actually been here and trained or just trained anything in your life, even though snowboarding and flying is such a fun thing,
Yeah.
but training and trying to get a trick right
Yeah.
requires a lot of you make a lot of mistakes, right? And then it gets a little scary, it gets boring, but it doesn't matter. Like you can still feel like in the environment of people, and they like to share. Not just the athletes, right? Just for me it's the common, not the common people, but people that are not professional snowboarders. Those are the people that really make the place how it is, I think.
ありがとうございます。謝謝。
我真的 like seriously, that's how I feel because we and I have to tell the viewers, Yasan was the first person to know or to hear about my dreams to have a place like this or a training place like this also in Taiwan and other places. Yeah, even when we were training, I was already thinking about something like this. Like wouldn't be like huge kickers and all that for Taiwan, but some place for people to come and share and have fun and then learn.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are still like my inspirations to a lot of things that I do. So just thank you for that.
謝謝。ありがとうございます。
Yeah. So
yeah. Well, like I mean, like when you do really good, like okay, let's say like 360, 180. Whenever like you do it like right way, like so much control in the air, right? So that feeling is like the like actually the world is spinning around you. You control everything. That's the like kind of feeling like you get like when you do like correct.
Yeah.
Right. That's good feeling, right?
That is a good feeling.
Yeah,
It's
that's
true.
why like I think like they smile.
Yeah.
Even like straight hair.
Yep. No, right.
Yeah.
I do feel like I feel like it's really true because we get even though some people are like, you look at left and you see like Data and Ryoma doing like 1440s and all that. But when they land, the happiness they get is the same as the new
Same.
customers
Exactly.
landing the first straight air.
Exactly.
The same level of happiness.
level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like people used to ask me, how do you feel like hitting like 25-meter kicker? Then like like from like people like who never tried snowboarding in freestyle, and how do you feel like hitting those big jump? I'm like I have the same feeling like hitting the like first time ever when I started like snowboarding, like it maybe like 1 meter kicker, like the same amount of like adrenaline like coming out like from your like brain, right?
Yeah.
So actually the feeling is the same.
It's the same. Yeah.
Why maybe you feel more like a newbie, like if you like hit like 25-meter, like
Right.
you're like so proud of yourself.
Right.
But at the same time, you've been like snowboarding like only like 1 year, like maybe like 10 days, still like hitting the like 2-meter jump, and then straight air, Jufei, and landed, and like Huazo, you feel like really good, right?
Yeah.
Then like you want more.
Yeah.
Like for like those like champions, okay, let's say like Xiaomin, like okay, back 18, landed like right away, happy, but like feeling really good. But he wants next. So same thing.
Same thing. It is the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter like what level like you were, like as long as like you were riding like snowboard, you have the same feeling.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about snowboarding. That's why we love it so much, and we keep doing it to today.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, actually, speaking of like Xiaoming or all these international athletes that you have right now, what do you think? Like, what has been the drive for you? Because to be honest, you are probably not very like, you don't have the image of like a very traditional kind of Japanese coach. You're very different, right? You are also very open-minded to new things and all that, and also open to train people from other background, other country, other cultures. How did that start?
So like I haven't changed anything, like because like I wanted to help you like 10 years ago, right?
True.
So I want to say like snowboarder, like no border, like we have like no line like between
snowboarder.
That's a good word, right?
Yes, very good word.
My friend, my best friend Tongqing found it.
Tongqing. Oh, Tongqing was the
found
one.
it,
Okay. Tongqing. We're gonna put videos of Tongqing. Probably the craziest snowboarder ever lived. Yeah.
But like we share the like good time together, and they like because like we snowboarding, and at the same time, if like people want like my help, I would love to do it. So well, I mean, we live in the same planet, so I never like felt like okay, maybe take this. No, you. I don't want to do that. Yeah.
Like this morning, we were just in Quest training, and then right in front of me, it's the Spanish, Italian. There's Korean, there's Japanese, there's Chinese, there's New Zealand Chinese, there's Australian Chinese, American Chinese,
And the Americans,
yeah, and the Americans. And it's really like a place for connecting people.
Yeah.
I really like that.
So maybe like we had I think like 30 athletes. I think like Japanese only like less than 10.
So but that's the cool thing, because you don't see him or her as the Japanese athlete, or you don't see me as the Taiwanese athlete. You saw people who wants to learn and get better.
Yeah.
You saw people. You saw snowboarders.
Yeah.
Right? So that's really cool, because that has also pushed you to become one of the international figure. I mean, if you're in this industry, for sure, people know you, and then one of the thing that, of course, in the Chinese speaking world, people know you because you became the coach for Xiaoming, and more Chinese, and even more Chinese athlete. But Xiaoming's case is that he got the gold.
Yeah.
And then you kind of became like a symbol of like a relationship between you two nations. You know, I thought it's so cool because, yeah, exactly. Like, to be honest, today in training, you hear all these languages and all that, but people try to connect. You know, doesn't matter where you are, where you are from.
It doesn't really matter, right?
That's the coolest thing, like the cooler thing. Like when I was training in China, I don't see myself as, oh, I'm a Taiwanese coming to China. In China, no, I was just feeling like I'm a snowboarder having fun with all my other you know snowboarder friends in China.
I mean, I don't know much about like politics, but like I know some, but like so, but it doesn't really bother my job. I mean, just like connecting like people who go in the same way, which is like snowboarding, like a winter sport. Right. And then, well, like after the Olympic Games, like I was like really accepted in China, and I was like really honored like to be shown on TV and lots of medias.
They made a movie.
And then like a movie, and it's like really like big thing, like as a Japanese, like showing up on like Chinese media in positive way. I'm really happy because that happened because like I was like snowboarder, so I'm so happy to be snowboarder. Now like I sometimes I give a like speech in like Japanese embassy in Beijing. I mean like Chinese ambassador in Japan like well, like I go like many places and seeing like lots of like leaders, but they're all the same. They are like really nice people.
It's cool, and I can see that happening because I try to explain to people, like people ask me, because I coach now, I run a indoor training center as well, and this YouTube channel. People always ask me like, how do you do it? Like, you should ask, yes, how does he do it? He's like, his schedule is like mine, but like 300%.
No.
It's so crazy. Like, but I do want to like, how do you see yourself? Do you know that you're a very busy person?
Well, like people like say that like to me, but I'm just like enjoying like my life. So I want to do everything like I can do when I like like leave. I mean like every day. So if I do nothing like at my house, like feels like I'm dying or something. So I can never stop.
Okay, no, this guy never stops. Yes, it's literally that. But I'm happy that I think after the Olympics you got a little bit of chill time, more time with family. Yeah, the kids are getting bigger now.
I think like I got like more busy.
You got more busy now
because like before the Olympic Games, like pandemic, right?
Okay, true.
I had to stay in Japan.
Right.
Yeah. Well, like at this, then like I started like my YouTube channel and started like maybe not new business, but like doing like more like coaching.
Okay. Yeah.
On Quest, like, Quest. But after Olympic Games, maybe 2 or like 3 months, like staying in my house and I go everywhere. So,
It's a well, I wouldn't say a tough business because I love snowboarding. I think Yasang is the same, so we get to snowboard and travel around, do this. It's really cool. Actually, I do want to ask, like, what do you think about, because you started snowboarding when it's basically about to peak in like the 90, right?
Yeah.
And then like maybe it peaked at early 2000 and then just went down, and now it feels like it's going up like fast.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's happening, and
Oh,
what have you noticed?
okay. Like we had our private Canadian team from Canada in May, right? And like the club team like owners are like at Quest, and then they told me that like snowboarding in Canada kind of going down, but like after the Olympic Games, like a lot of like Asian Canadians started skiing and snowboarding, and then then they started going like snowboarding, like skiing. So they go to like stores, they buy like the product, they buy like passes. So they told me after the Olympic Games, actually got like more popular in Canada. So I was really like happy to hear that. And of course in China now, when we go to our like ski resort, like so many like young people like snowboarding and skiing. So I'm really happy to see that.
I noticed that this year when I went to the US, back in the days when I was training there, you barely hear people talking Mandarin. And now like half of the parking lot, because I was in Lake Tahoe and there's close to San Francisco, there's a lot of Asian Americans live there, and now the parking lot is like full of Asian Americans. And I went and did my level 3 instructor course. Back in the days when I did the courses, maybe the entire mountain would have like 4 other guys, 4 other like Chinese speakers doing courses. Now half the courses are Chinese.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everybody wants, how like we want to get licensed. We're Asians. We want to get our instructor license, and half of them. So the same thing the American trainers told me is because of that. So really is growing back up again. A lot of it thanks to what happened, in the Beijing Olympics.
Very good.
And you were part of it. You were a huge part of it. So we have to thank you, Xiaoming, and everybody for that too. No, but seriously.
So like when I started coaching Xiaoming, he was 14, right? Like a full-time coaching. Then he was in Saitama, and whenever like I see him, me like from Japan, you from China, and then like we walk together. So we gonna make like something like happen in the future, and then that's our goal. So you love snowboarding, like I love snowboarding. So like we all like snowboarding. So like let's make it happen. I kept like telling him, he's like, do it.
It's such a crazy coincidence because I met Xiaoming like so long ago when I went to China, like in Sichuan, to Jianfeng. We were in a competition together. And at the time, I was in the same car with his dad and him, and I just finished training here, and I just told him, I said, you have to, if you want to be, one of the world's best, you have to come to Japan. You have to find Sato.
Really?
I didn't know that they would actually remember. I don't know how they found you eventually, but I'm just glad that he did.
Well,
it's cool.
Coincidence.
Coincidence.
I think like that helped like a lot, like for them to like think of like just make a contact like with me. Like eventually I was in a banana like open,
Banana
right? Banana
Open.
open. Then after the like, banana open, like some guy like from Bowden, and of course like Xiaoming's like parents wanted to have a like meeting with me. And they're asking me like if I could like coach Xiaoming. I'm like, okay. But like I couldn't like coach him because like my coaching like contract with like someone else, and even like after the like the exclusive like contract like was expired, Xiaoming got like hurt. He broke his ankle, so he couldn't ride for nearly like 1 year.
1 year. Oh, really? So that's why it took later. Until he's 14. Then he started training. And it only took basically 4 years until he got
gold. Like 3 years and a half.
3.5.
I mean, like already first day training West, I felt like something really like special about him. Whenever like he hit the jump, take photo, the like the sunlight like shining him, and then like windy days,
Right.
whenever like he just right before like he drops, like wind stops, those kind of stuff.
He's
Yeah, what happening?
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I was like feeling like something special. I wasn't sure,
Mhm.
but so, I mean like he just gets like better and better like every day.
Wow.
I mean like every like single hour
Right.
he gets better. So like
So
like smart kid.
market,
Yeah.
talented,
Mm-hmm.
hardworking,
Yeah,
as well.
hardworking, yeah, yeah.
It's the combination of,
Yeah.
of all this and humble. Like he's really humble.
Yeah. He was like really mama fufu level. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
Right.
like after half a year training still, and he was like really scared of trying like new tricks on snow.
Okay.
Yeah, like every time like hyper, but he still like tried it,
Right.
like tried like everything like I said, and he did it. Yeah. So like I had been telling him like okay, if you want to success in the Olympic Games, like you gotta have a 218. He was like, what the fuck, what's up? Like he's trying to kill me. Yeah.
Yeah, because the background story is that 1800 is at that time it was like unheard of, like right, like maybe the best people have done is 16 to 16, 216.
Yeah.
So 218 was unheard of. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like like no, because like he was only like 14, and then he was fixing his front three on the small jumps.
That's what's up. Everybody goes through that, okay? Even the Olympic champion, small jumps. So if you're working on your things, 360s on the small jumps, don't worry. Even Olympic champion has the same. Okay, actually, talking about like working on 360s and all that, like since obviously some people saw my videos or they got to know about Quest through all these social media. Not just me, like a lot of people starting to know, and not just athletes, right? Just regular customers too. And have you noticed, like from like the Chinese-speaking world, like Taiwan, Hong Kong, even Southern China or other places, have you seen more increased people coming to train in Quest?
Quest, oh yeah, like I see some people, but like more like I see more people in Chengdu.
In Chengdu.
In
right?
Chengdu, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of like kids started like hitting the airbags.
Yeah.
And then also like hitting like park in the winter.
Okay.
Like on the snow. Yeah.
What do you think like the snowboarding and skiing like sports development so far? Because we saw a lot of increase of like a snow tourism. People who just try, put on skis, put on snowboard, take some pictures. That's like maybe 10 years ago. But now it feels like people are actually learning. There are so many people becoming instructors, to teach and all that, make a living.
Yeah.
And then that's helping like the business to, the industry to grow a lot more or faster than before.
Yeah.
If you notice that.
Yeah.
as
Like
well.
I really like feel that.
Yeah.
Like even like from you, like there are like so many like Taiwanese people like in Yuzawa area. I didn't know that, but like oh okay, but I really wonder why like so many people like from Taiwan. Maybe that's because of you. You're such a big influencer, right?
I only try to do what my best kind of example is. So I follow this guy.
I mean, like you are like really enjoying like snowboarding, and then like on like on like YouTube, like even like this like podcast, like I think like you influence like a lot of people in Taiwan. Yeah.
But
For sure.
really, this is gonna sound a little bit like cheesy and all that, but it's true because even your videos back in the days of like basically Yasang was influencer before influencer was a word, because they didn't just show cool tricks and hard tricks and all that.
Yeah.
They show the fun side of snowboarding.
Yes.
That's what I love. Sometimes it's not even about snowboarding. It's just snowboarders doing fun, crazy, stupid things. I mean, I'm just saying, I like to show of like why I love snowboarding so much, right? And it's not just about all these big jumps and all that. Actually, so many people from the channel that got to know me only from the channel doesn't even know that I do jumps and all that, because I teach like beginners, riding and all that, because that's what most people need at the beginning, And now things has changed.
Yeah.
People know how to ride. People come to, the reason why I started a place in Taiwan with a small jump is I want a place for people to learn safely how to jump. And every year we hear about, like we hear about accidents. People come to Japan, they break their legs, or not just jumps, even they start going into the trees, like they don't know how to ride backcountry and all that. Things are happening. So we want a place to teach the correct technique, the correct knowledge. Yeah, the same thing in a different level, but very, very similar what you do in Japan area.
Well, like we have to deliver the like right information.
So this takes us to the next kind of chapter, is that after we got to know each other for 10 years, and I've always known that I would love to. We work together in some other business, projects together, but this time we're working in something, a bigger operation together. Talk to me a little bit about Gala. How is your relationship with Gala, and then also why you chose Gala as your like a winter, like a Quest Park training base?
Oh, like first of all, like Gala has a like big potential, because like as you know, there are Shinkansen, like bullet train, like goes into the resort. So that like from the train station to the gondola station, it takes about like only 2 minutes. I mean, like you have to buy tickets and everything, but if you just like walk into the like gondola station, only like 2 minutes, right? 2-3 minutes. It's incredible. I never seen like such a place in like other places like in the world. From my hometown Kumagaya to Gala, it takes about only 35 minutes.
Wow.
By Shinkansen,
Kumagaya
you don't have to drive, just straight into the ski resort. Even from Tokyo station, it takes only like 75 minutes, It's super
1 hour 15 minutes. Boom, you're in the resort. So you can go to Tokyo station wearing boots and everything, almost like you walk out the train and you're in the resort. So cool.
If you want to wear like that,
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a challenge. I'm gonna do that one day. Yes.
You will do it like in the future. And also like they had a culture like build a like snowboard park before. Then but now like they kind of like stopped it like in a couple years ago. Again, like they wanted to like start like building the park. So they started asking like someone, and someone asked like Quest, which is like me. Then like I was thinking maybe that'll be the best place for like build a park. But not like professional like huge like jumps and stuff. Also like just like small jumps, like very similar to like Quest jumps, like small jumps.
So it's great because I mean for us, most of our people, most of our customers and our students, they're at that level. And then I'm so scared sometimes, like I know they come to my place to train, I know they want to do it on snow, and everybody asks me like where can I do it? I mean we know a few places like 47, or I don't know, like some other maybe more famous places. Some people go to Tomamu, some people go to Api, but then a lot of times they don't know which are the good areas or which lane they take, and we still hear people get injured and all that.
Right.
So I've always been thinking about like having a park where we can have a base and we can coach our customers step by step, just like what you do in Quest or in Snow Sensei Park in Taiwan, but we can actually do it on snow, because that's what we want. Right?
And then like those cat driver, they have like really good skill to build jumps. So like hitting jumps on snow, like safety first.
Yeah.
Like for me,
Always. Yes.
like you see whenever like you go to a like wherever like you go to a park in Japan,
Yeah.
it's kind of flat, right?
The landings, I have to say,
So flat.
yes. Only the big jumps have good landing. Always the medium and small jumps have
It's
very
so
flat,
yeah, like
landing. Yeah.
which is like really dangerous.
Yes.
So I wanted to change like those like designs like in Japan. So I wanted to like show like what the like real jumps are. So like I don't know, like people think they're like okay, small jumps has to okay, they don't really have to use that much snow, but you actually like you need like a lot of snow to build like small jumps,
Yeah.
right? So that's something like I can do in Ghana because they have like a lot of like snow in their like winter time,
Winter,
like
yeah.
January, December, January, February. So that's why like we choose Ghana.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Because like we can use tons of snow for like small jumps,
Right.
which is like longer landing, like steeper landings, which is like really safety. Yeah.
That's so cool. So yeah, so this year we have a operation together. It's called Snow Sensei Quest Academy, and then we're putting most of our instructors from Taiwan that's hired by Quest, and we'll be trained. We'll do some training in Quest as well. But those instructors will be coaching mostly our customers from Taiwan, and to teach them how to ride to a certain level. Then we're gonna teach them how to do beginner part stuff. But then we're gonna work with the riders and the staff of Quest as well. Especially in springtime, we're gonna create like freestyle camps together. Yeah, so I'm super excited and really grateful for this opportunity with you.
ありがとうございます。いい
Yeah,
ね。
I know. I cannot.
人海人。
Renkaishin. It's such an I have to say it was such an honor for me, to put the two brain name together. Like I never thought it was gonna be true. So thank you so much for the support. Yeah.
Thank you too.
Yeah. And before we cut, like, is there anything you would like to tell the audience about, like maybe inviting them to Japan, inviting them to Quest to enjoy the snow?
Yeah. Like we teach how to snowboard, but at the same time, like we're gonna create their community to meet like more people, so that like we're going to like just like in your maybe like office or like in a school, like everyone is going like a different way, right? But like in snowboarding, like we going the same way, like we are facing the same direction. So like you can like make more like friends, maybe like partners, like maybe like fiance.
Maybe you find people
So
you
like
want to marry.
what I want to say is like we're gonna prepare the like community that are like where like people can like gather, like share the like good time. So so that's one of my goals to do with Perry. So welcome to Snow Sensei Quest Academy.
Let's go.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear.
Yeah.
Like the poster you have in Saitama now, right? A place to connecting
Yeah.
people, for
Yeah.
connecting people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love that slogan. Yeah. And so before we finish this podcast, one last question. But I think it's gonna be hard for you because what's next?
What's next?
What happens now
Yeah.
for Yasan?
はい。What's next? これはね、yeah. But it's huge.
It's huge. Yeah, yeah.
The world peace.
The world peace. Let's go. World peace through
World peace.
through snowboarding and skiing.
Snowboarding, skiing, yeah. I mean, like we can connect like young people. I mean, like our like age group.
Right.
So like it doesn't matter where like you're from, but like we can understand like each other like through like snowboarding, like skiing, like enjoy like the winter sport. So like we have more chance to get to know each other. Like you're from Taiwan, I'm from Japan, maybe like someone from China, US, everywhere. but like we share like good time and you know. So
Wow.
in the future, maybe like 20 years, like 30 years, like maybe we can change something in the future in that way. Yeah.
I think changes are already happening.
Yeah, it's
But
happening, right?
obviously, the bigger the base, the more influence,
Yeah.
positive influence
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
have. So
It just takes more like time, but that's one of my goals. Like politics like sometimes like really difficult, but maybe inside, maybe like we understand each other. Like nothing's gonna happen. Maybe I hope.
we hope so. Yes. So
Can I say that here though?
you can say
Is
it
it
for
okay?
sure. No.
Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful message, right? Like snowboarding helps us to understand each other better. When we understand each other better, less difference, less conflict, more peace. So eventually, it's a really big dream. But I
Yeah.
think, in a way, through snowboarding, through sharing all this experience, snow sports, sharing the happiness, it is making that influence over
Yeah.
people. So
Yeah.
you hear it first. Here in Snow Sensei, Yasan is gonna make the world a better place. Literally. Thank you. I think you're ready.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。谢
谢谢
谢。
各位同学，
はい。
喜欢的话记得帮我们按赞、订阅 Snow Sensei。我们下次见。Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you.
はい。
あり
Thank
がと
you.
う。
谢谢。
Yeah, this is cool. And